book called the Millennium Book of Prophecy, and there's a prophet in here. His name is Adi da Santusha, aka the Free John. He's got a scientific prediction here. It says scientific proof of the existence of God will soon be announced by the White House, basically. Okay, reading on through this book, this is the introduction. I've already faced the end of my world. It happened on Ash Wednesday, the first day of Lent in 1981. I was preparing to drive to my girlfriend's house in Laguna Beach for dinner. Just as I was about to leave, I sensed the vastness hovering over me, a premonition of impending death. It became so tangible it froze me at the threshold. I stood motionless for 60 seconds of forever. Then something pushed me into action. I fumbled for my car keys and headed off. 10 minutes later, death met me in a hurry. A station wagon ran a red light at 55 miles an hour and slammed into the driver's door of my compact car. Glass and steel ripped apart like garments. The paramedics said I was unconscious for 20 minutes. They had given me up for dead and were working on the other driver. When they were finally preparing to saw me out of the wreckage, they noticed my slumped body stir to life. Wow. So I can imagine that's why he wrote the book in the first place, because he had a premonition or something like that. So I'm reading on through the introduction of the book, and he states that he was frozen in his doorway for 30 seconds. Now, when you get these prophecies and these premonitions, there's things you can do, alright, to stop things bad happening to yourself. There's lots of things and measures you can do. Now, I died when I was about very, very young, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't remember the exact age. My family tried to cover it up. I was having premonitions before then, and I have premonitions or deja vu, but I have these things. Basically, I'm sitting here, I go, and tingle goes down my spine, and I'll see something. Okay, but the way I explain how prophecies work, or premonitions work, or deja vu works, is my mind has got an electromagnetic field. Okay. When you look at a CAT scan, you can see how people think, yeah, and you can see hot spots and cold spots. So if you can imagine that, I do something with inside my brain, and when I do that, it warps the magnetic field, the major magnet, not the small ones. The small ones are just moving, and the way the small ones move, they warp the major magnetic field that my brain creates. And then in the future, I do that again, and I pass signals from the future to the past, and the past to the future. See? That's how I explain it. I don't know. That's just one way of explaining it. And I only came up with that recently because I've been working with electromagnetism and magnets and theorising about these things over the last few months and the last few years. So this book continues, and it starts around about 8,000 years ago, the end of the last world before Noah's flood. And it gives you some stuff about Stukin and other people. Then it goes to 6,500 years BC. Sorry, that was 10,000 years ago. Sorry, and then it goes to 6,500 BC. Prehistoric nuclear war, another world end. So it took us 1,500 years to go from the end of the world to another end of the world. Great. And they reckon this time there was a shaft fatal as the rod of death, a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe, an incandescent column of smoke and fire as bright as 10,000 suns, endowed with the force of 1,000-eyed Indra thunder. It was destructive to all living creatures. Hostile warriors fell to earth like trees burnt down in raging fire. Elephants fell to earth uttering fierce cries, burnt by energy of that weapon. Wow. And then we go a bit close to we go to 4500 BC, and then there's it will cause it to rain upon earth 40 days and 40 nights. Bloody hell. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from the face. Some fucking shit from the Bible he's quoting. It's like, hold on a second, this was supposed to be fucking prophecy, weren't it? Not past. We go to prophecy before 480 BC. Zeus, blah 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 blah. Oh, it just gets annoying now, like, you know what I mean? It really gets annoying. So then, you know, you think to yourself, all these prophecies have been written down, right? And these people that want to keep religion going, they must like think, well, these prophets are prophets, like, and we want to keep their prophecies alive. Now, if you know what's going to happen, you can stop things from happening. I already know that because I do it on a regular basis. These people are literally making these things happen. I'm pretty sure President Bush is a religious asshole, wanker, and he wanted certain things to happen in certain dates. Now, Barack Obama is of a different breed, I do believe, hopefully, and he's going to be in power in 2012, because there's a big prophecy coming up in 2012, so let's hope Barack Obama does something. But we've got to get rid of Gordon Brown, because Gordon Brown's an arsehole tosser. Alright. Oh dear. A moment has been preordained by some mysterious synchronicity, when all the great clocks of the centuries will tick no more. Without their knowing, these ancient diviners have all ascertained approximately the same moment for the end of time. It is coming very soon, somewhere between the Judeo-Christian calendar year of AD 2000 and AD 2012. That's pretty scary stuff. I think we'll all agree, and that's from this book I'm reading, which is called The Millennium Book of Prophecies. Great, isn't it? So, do the 1990s pinpoint the final millisecond before the cosmos hour is up? Berosus, the great calendar astronomer of the 2nd century BC, set his alarm for the year 25872. This doubles in 4th dynasty Egypt, measures the final tick of their sidereal digital by computing the sum of the cross diagonal of the Great Pyramids, giving us the total of 25.8 to 6.6 pyramid inches. This means the end of time could happen any time between the year 2000 and September 2001. Of course, we had 9/11, didn't we? So obviously the Bush boys were trying to get 9/11 up and going, weren't they? And it didn't work, did it? I think what you'll find is 9/11 was the end of religion. That was the start of the end of all religion on the planet. Down, all of them, because their prophecies are crap. And yes, that was supposed to be a nuclear war. All we've got to do now is stop it.